Sup, gang? It's me, back for another TPS episode. Professional athletes just keep getting richer and richer. 20 years ago, 99.9% of NFL, NHL, MLB, and NBA players could only dream about signing a contract for $100 million. But here we are in the 2010s, where every cream of the crop athlete appears to be signing a deal upwards of $150 million. Well, some of today's marquee players are setting themselves up to sign deals worth nearly $250 million or more. As the sports industry continues to grow, so do these players' bank accounts. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we're projecting the next 10 athletes to get massive $200 million plus contracts. At TPS, we post videos every single day, so don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe. Then click the notification bell to be notified when we post a new video. Number 10, Jose Ramirez. MLB free agency has, well, gotten cheaper over the years. Sluggers and all-star pitchers aren't earning those $200 million plus contracts as easily as they used to. In today's MLB, you have to be in your mid to late 20s and MVP caliber if you want to make $200 million plus. The good news for Cleveland Indians all-star third baseman Jose Ramirez, he's a top 10 player in baseball, and he stands to land a major contract extension down the road. No, the Indians aren't a big market team, and they usually sell off their veterans rather than pay them, but in the case of Ramirez, he's a must-keep. The goal for Cleveland is to get this MVP candidate under a new deal soon. He's the best player they've had in years. Even if a rebuild is in order down the road, this is a guy to keep for the long run. A 6 to 7 year deal worth $200 million to $220 million seems reasonable here, but if the Indians don't pay Ramirez, another team will when he hits free agency. Plain and simple. Number 9, Joel Embiid. It's very difficult to project which NBA superstars will be eligible for max extensions of $200 million plus. With guys like Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and possibly Kyrie Irving switching teams in the near future, they can forget about those supermax deals. But Philadelphia 76ers All-Star center Joel Embiid looks like a safe candidate to earn the extension down the road. Before the 2016-17 season, Embiid snagged a fancy $148 million contract extension from the 76ers, and he's only gotten better since putting the pen to paper. Embiid, not Ben Simmons, is the real face of the 76ers here. He picked up his first career All-Star selections in 2018 and 19. He's rounding into a top 10 player across the league, and as Embiid continues to hit the requirements, he's setting himself up for a mammoth deal. Embiid's current deal takes him through the 2022-23 season. By then, he'll have more All-Star defensive first team and All-NBA team selections on his resume. Perhaps some NBA championships and MVP awards to go with it as well. It's a few years away, but Embiid's next deal will surely surpass the $200 million mark. Bank on it. Number 8, Jared Goff. As you'll hear us say multiple times on here, NFL quarterbacks are just racking up the fatter paychecks every year. Even though Jared Goff isn't quite in that elite category, he's still on the verge of a contract worth $200 million. Do hear us out. He's one of the top young quarterbacks in the game and helped the Rams reach Super Bowl 53. Even though Goff played horribly in that game, he's still capable of leading this team to multiple Super Bowls. The Rams will face a cap crunch down the road, but Goff's mega deal will feature plenty of bonuses and incentives. And when all is said and done, don't laugh at us when we project a $200 million something contract for Goff. And if he can lead the Rams to a Super Bowl before his rookie deal ends, oh mama. Number 7, Kris Bryant. Through his first 4 full MLB seasons, Kris Bryant has done the following: won the 2015 NL Rookie of the Year award, won the 2016 NL MVP, led the Chicago Cubs to their first World Series in 108 years, earned 2 All-Star selections, led the Cubs to 3 NLCS appearances, and 2019 only marks Bryant's age 27 season. He's a world-class player and has emerged as the face of the Cubbies, and last time we checked, Chicago has rich ownership that never backs away from throwing big money around. Bryant's next contract will easily surpass $200 million. The only question is if it'll crack $300 million mark. Number 6, Klay Thompson. Well, it sounds like at this point the Golden State Warriors will be losing Kevin Durant in free agency, likely to the New York Knicks. On the bright side, if there is one, the Dubs will have cap space to retain another franchise cornerstone. All-star Klay Thompson has expressed his desire to stay with the Warriors, and for good reason. He can keep winning titles, and they're the only team that can hand him one of the richest contracts in NBA history. Thompson has to make one of the All-NBA teams, which he should, to become eligible for a super max extension worth around $221 million for 5 years. The Warriors will have little choice but to pay Thompson that much money. They'll still be able to win without Durant, as we saw in 2015 and 16. The Splash Brothers simply cannot break up. So yeah, expect Thompson to hit the requirements and reach the projected $221 million Supermax. Few players ever become eligible for a deal worth that much money, but Thompson has earned it. Number 9, Baker Mayfield. As we've seen with the likes of Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, and Aaron Rodgers, NFL quarterback contracts continue to only get richer and richer. That leaves Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield in very good hands for the future. He had arguably the greatest rookie quarterback season in history, tossing a record 27 touchdowns. The future has arrived in Cleveland, folks. Mayfield is already the best quarterback this team has had since the Browns were reactivated 20 years ago. And we all know he's only going to get better over time, which means more and more money will be in his pocket. Mayfield has the tools and skill set to be a perennial MVP quarterback, and he's in the era where guys at the position are going to earn more and more dough over time. His next contract extension could very well be filled with bonuses and incentives, but don't be shocked when Mayfield's new deal is worth $200 million plus. Number 4, Mookie Betts. Well, Betts clinched it. In 2018, he won the AL MVP award and led the Boston Red Sox to the World Series championship. He cemented himself as the second best player in baseball, at least for one season. Following one of the most dominant seasons in recent memory for any baseball player, Betts is all but assured a contract of well over $200 million from the Red Sox. They won't be letting him go in free agency. It's impossible to see why Betts would want to leave Beantown. For Betts, if he can keep playing at an MVP level, he'll set himself up for a contract richer than the $325 million that Giancarlo Stanton got. Might Betts even hit $400 million? $450 million? It's not crazy, but there's no doubting that Betts is going to hit at least $350 million. The goal for Betts is to retain his high level of play and avoid the down season he had in 2017, following an MVP caliber year in 2016. Should he remain an elite all-around hitter and premier defensive outfielder, Betts will lock in something between $350 million and $450 million. Number 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak is on the way to becoming the best NBA player in the world, especially with the likes of LeBron James and Kevin Durant only having so many prime years left. Giannis continues to get better every single season, building the Milwaukee Bucks into one of the few elite teams in the Eastern Conference. There's absolutely no weakness in this man's game. He's putting up 25-plus points and over 10 rebounds per contest, and is a force at both ends of the court. Milwaukee needn't worry about Antetokounmpo leaving in free agency down the road. He seems settled in here. And if 2018-19 is an indication of anything, the Bucks are going to be a bona fide championship contender for years to come. In the 2020 offseason, Antetokounmpo is eligible to sign a Supermax contract that will easily surpass the $200 million threshold. NBA writer Frank Madden did the calculations. That Supermax deal will be worth $247.254 million. The Bucks will have no problem offering that to him, and Antetokounmpo obviously can't sign a deal that rich with another team in free agency. Might be too much money to pass on. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers signed the king of all quarterback deals in 2018 for $134 million, but he can top out at $180 million. If there's one who will undoubtedly break Rodgers' record QB deal, is Patrick Mahomes. What is there to say about this guy? In his first season as a starter, Mahomes threw 50 touchdowns, won the league MVP, nearly ended the New England Patriots dynasty, while sending the Kansas City Chiefs to Super Bowl 53. And last time we checked, athletes don't slow down in their early mid-20s. Mahomes is only going to get better from here on out, and it's not too premature to promise that he'll lead the Chiefs to a Super Bowl championship or 2 or 3. You think Tom Brady is the GOAT? You think Aaron Rodgers is the most talented passer out there? Folks, Mahomes is more decorated, complete, and polished than both of those guys. This man is seriously the next great American athlete. Move aside TB12 and LeBron James. So why are we still rambling on? I don't know. Mahomes will be the first NFL player to sign a $200 million contract. That's all we have to say. It's only a matter of time. And number 1, Mike Trout. So we had to put Mike Trout at number 1 for obvious reasons. He's set to land the absolute richest contract in the history of sports. That's life when you're the best ball player in the world. And as you all know, baseball players get paid the most. We asked Dr. Evil for his thoughts on how much he thinks Mike Trout can make. His response? Maybe a little more than that, doctor. Some baseball analysts project that Trout could actually sign for, wait for it, a $5 million contract. Yes, $500 million for one baseball player. But why not? Trout's contract is up after the 2020 season, and there's no disputing his place as the best baseball player in the world. If guys like Manny Machado and Bryce Harper can get $300 million something deals, Trout will easily get far more. Signing Trout isn't just about landing a superstar that can change the franchise either. The TV ratings, merchandise, and ticket sales would go through the roof. Heck, Even the Tampa Bay Rays might draw 7,000 fans per home game if they were to sign Trout. Whether the contract comes from the LA Angels or another team, Trout is going to have no problem breaking the $200 million barrier. Really, the question becomes if it's $400 million, $450 million, or $500 million. It's only a matter of time till he signs the richest sports contract ever. Which other athletes will get $200 million plus contracts soon? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.